Hello, guys. Welcome to the Pretty Positive Podcast. I know. We're gonna talk about it. Don't even start. Don't say a word. But this is episode 14 of Pretty Positive Podcast. Welcome to 2026. Welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, before we even get started, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ronnie, Ranisha, whatever you want to call me in this season. Um, And welcome to my podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe because why not? It's a good podcast. It's very positive. It's uplifting. We're here to talk about real conversations. I tell you a little about myself, my life, what I've been dealing with, and I sprinkle some, little tea in there from time to time, but not too much because we don't got that much tea in this season. So I hope you guys enjoy this pretty positive podcast episode. If you are not following me on any of my socials, what are you doing? Follow me on Facebook right now. I believe my name is Hello Ronnie, like Hello Kitty, because that's my girl. So it's Hello Ronnie, HELLO, space Ronnie, RONNIE. And then I don't have Instagram because I have some stuff going on my Instagram under construction. I might just make a pretty positive podcast Instagram page. I might think about doing that. That actually would be dope. So I'm gonna look into maybe starting that out, and then also follow my group Pretty Positive, where I put inspirational quotes that I see on there to uplift people and all that good stuff. So right now the only social I'm really working with besides my TikTok, but I wouldn't include my TikTok, I guess. That's kind of different. It's my Facebook. So follow me on Facebook. And if you have any questions or concerns or just want to say hello or have some ideas for my podcast, please leave a comment below or DM me as well. Anyway, like I said, this is episode 14. Ba, 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 ba. And this episode is called Pretty New Year because we are in a new year. It is 2026. My son is still up, so if you hear him in the background, I apologize. But I wanted to get this podcast episode out regardless because it's been such a long time and uh, I know it's like the consistency is out of control. But you know what? I'm okay with starting freshly new this year. And I'm okay with, realizing, where I lack when it comes to posting and being consistent with certain things. And that's what I am trying to work on in this new year, actually, is being more consistent with everything I do. I'm sick of saying stuff and not following through with them. And I know I done said this plenty of time, but it's like now it's starting to really get aggravating at this point. So I think now I'm going to start posting like 2 days out the week. So, I'm going to try to post Tuesday since I'm posting today and then I'm gonna try to post on the weekend. I don't know. We're gonna figure out a schedule. Right now, this is a spontaneous day to drop. I don't know. I might drop Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. Whatever works for me. Maybe Sunday, Monday. I don't know. But I want to drop twice a week instead of once because I feel like that's gonna help me be consistent and me really hold myself accountable and push myself to put as much content as I really need to put out there since this is really what I like to do and I like to be able to express myself and, you know, really get, I guess how I feel out there. So yeah, we're gonna, go into the new year really like practice on the head. I'm like trying to learn Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm trying to write a kid's book. I'm trying to have 2 podcasts a week. I'm trying to maintain busting my butt at work. And I mean, like, busting my butt. I'm working super hard at work. I'm trying to hit goals and, just try to really stay consistent and productive at work. I'm trying to read at least 20 books. If I can exceed 20 books this year, that'll be great. I'm trying to read the Bible, the full Bible within a year. So there's a lot of little goals that I want to do, like far as those type of goals, like personal goals, and then of course lose weight. The same thing everybody's trying to get a gym membership. We all in trying to get a gym. We all trying to get fit. We all trying to get healthy. We all trying to do this and that. But these are things that I'm really starting to get frustrated with myself because every year I'm like setting these goals. Well, not the other goals where children's books and Spanish stuff like that. Not those goals, but I'm talking about the goals like I want to lose weight, I want to get healthy, I want to stop drinking Pepsi, or I want to I don't know, just any of those goals that everyone set for beginning of the year. I don't want to be one of those people that keep like slacking off on them, and then by December I'm like, Mama didn't lose no weight, Mama is still big girl. Nah, but I just want to get healthier for myself and for so I can have future babies and just be healthy and looking good and be able to run around with my kids and all that good stuff. So I really just want to take care of my body. That's very important to me. I think I mentioned that before on one of my podcast episodes. So I do want to go over a few things about what 2025 has taught me. I don't know what it's taught you. Um, I had to learn how to listen to my intuition. I feel like there was times where I was definitely going against my intuition when if I would have just listened to it, I would have never got myself deeper in the hole that I am. So I think I've learned how to do that in 2025. Just really make sure, like, if I'm feeling like something is not right, really sit with that and like trust that feeling, trust that gut feeling. Like sometimes you do gotta analyze and go deeper into different things, but sometimes your intuition just don't lie to you. You just gotta realize that. I also gotta realize rest is necessary. I beat myself up a lot, especially when I don't be productive. And do the things that I say I'm going to do. It's okay to take a break. I don't know who else needs to hear this. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to just lay in bed and chill out, watch your favorite show, listen to your favorite podcast. Like I said, I'm reading now. Read, play your favorite game. I've been simming a lot. Sims 4. I love my Sims. And I feel like sometimes we work so hard at our jobs, our 9 to 5s, as you would say, and we parent. We're moms and dads, so we doing our parent thing. We're dedicating ourselves to our sons or daughters. I'm saying my son for talking about me, but like we forget to really take a break and just let let us just do nothing. Sometimes it's okay to just do nothing. And I have to understand that because I was one of those people like I need to always be doing something. I couldn't sit down and slack or I will feel bad or I'll just feel like I'm just basically just, uh, I guess just not doing enough in life. And there is still stuff I do want to push myself to do and I still want to stay busy because busy is good to me. When you're busy, you're actually creating memories. You're actually building on, whatever you have on your, I guess, your foundation. I don't know. You're, you're creating, you know, a fun life for yourself when you're busy to me. And you don't gotta be like just busy, like business busy. It can be fun busy. I can't wait till it starts getting warmer so I can start going to the park more, actually do stuff more. Cause last summer, I feel like 2025, I did some things, but I didn't live out my summer the way I wanted to. I went to Disney though. So I can't say that was a highlight of my summer. I want to say I did more than the average person maybe would have done, but I still feel like I could have got out more. Me and my son could have hit a few more other places. So I want to make, especially because he's going to be 3 this year, I want to have an experience of summer and really, explore more and do more things. And hopefully I'll have someone in my life to come along with me, on these adventures. And that would be nice. It's always good to have somebody that's like a partner that's really like down for all the fun things and to go places. I think that's so romantic. And I'm not saying like I need my partner to be up my butt, but it would be nice to have someone to experience these things and create memories with, that's going to be with me for the long term. So I'm excited to see if that will happen. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I just want to create more memories. So I think 2025 definitely taught me to understand that not, uh, um, not to really beat myself up when I need to rest because I am a full time mom, especially when, I mean, I say full time mom, I don't want to make it seem like his dad's on his life and not doing his job. His dad definitely takes him and does what he needs to do for hit on his side as a father. But I'm saying is like, I do have my son a good majority of the time. So it's like, I need to understand that, it's okay to rest. It's okay to chill out. It's okay to, you know, lay up and play The Sims and be cooling. So I think I'm starting to get more in that mode now. So I like that. I like that I learned that. Also, I gotta understand that not everything is meant to, last. I understand that now, but that's what 2025 taught me. Understanding that not everything is meant to last, and that's okay. I used to definitely feel like I needed to fight for certain relationships. And I don't even mean romantically. I mean like friendships, family, whatever the case may be. I used to feel like I needed to try to fix them or try to get to the bottom of why things don't work out or try to be the bigger person or whatever the case may be. But have to understand that things are just not meant to last. Sometimes things are meant to be let go. Sometimes people are just in your life for a season and not your whole life. And that can go for anybody, just because, you've known somebody for years or just because you've been with somebody for a while or have a kid by them and I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking just in general, or if your family or if you're, I don't know, childhood friends. Sometimes people grow apart, sometimes people go their own ways, sometimes people just they don't click anymore as time goes on, and that's okay to understand that nothing's meant to last. You know what I mean? We just had our course, and you have to move on and understand seasons are changing. You know what I mean? So it's like you're not going to take everybody with you. And sometimes you're going to meet new people along the way that, can be part of that season. And that's not guaranteed that's going to last. Of course, you can control but so much, but it's already written for us of who's going to be in our life at the end. And I'm no longer trying to maintain relationships that no longer hold value in my life. And I'm also not going to maintain relationships that bring toxicity, stress, confusion, or any type of negativity where I'm not at peace because I feel like my peace is so much more important than any relationship. My peace is important than any relationship. One more time. My peace is more important than any relationship. And I value my peace because with my peace comes with me being able to work. With my peace allows me to be able to mother. With my peace allows me to be able to make money. With my peace, it allows me to be creative. With my peace, it allows me to want to get up and do stuff and look good and feel good and take care of myself. Like I need that peace. So once somebody take away my peace, I can't, you know what I mean? So I've been understanding that not everything is meant to last, and that's okay. It's okay. It may hurt. It may feel a little, difficult at first, but that's all part of the healing process. But you have to be willing to heal. The thing is, a lot of people are not willing to heal. That's why we get trapped in these situations. Trust me, I was one of them. I was trapped in a lot of cycles, a lot of revolving doors where, I tried to fix it, or I tried to ignore different little things that was very, very clear. And finally I came to the end where I was just like, I can't. So I kind of hurt myself in a way as well because I allowed myself to believe a potential when it was never going to be that way because it was never meant to last. You know what I mean? So we just got to remember that as people of, really understanding that it is what it is. Um, Also, another thing that taught me, that taught me, that I learned in 2025 was growth doesn't always look pretty, but it's always purposeful. Growth doesn't, growth, it doesn't always look pretty. Growth is a lot of work. To sometimes you gonna feel stupid. Like sometimes when you have to hold back your tongue and you want to say something or you want to be the old person and snap or you want to flip out or you want to tell people how it is or whatever case may be, sometimes you just gotta be like, no, I'm good. My peace is cool. I don't want to tell you about yourself. I'm gonna let it go. Or even when something small happens, just on some not even involving nobody, you just gotta now step back and just be like, take that L. It's okay to take a L and then fix it later on. You can always turn your L into a W a different type of way, you know? Just because we have one loss don't mean you're not gonna have a bunch of W's coming. You know what I mean? We all take L's every day. So, growth always doesn't look pretty. It doesn't, but it's definitely purposeful for sure. The version of me that I'm leaving in 2025 is a version that over explains. I'm not over explaining. The only time I'm over explaining when it comes to my son. You hear me? I'm not over explaining anything. The only over explaining I'm doing is when it comes to my son. Other than that, if you didn't understand, I don't know what else to tell you. I can't keep overextending myself for the same results. You know what I mean? I feel like I used to over explain so much because this and that. I used to always have to add extra because I wanted people to understand me and understand because I knew what I was trying to say, but then it's like, I don't know. I just felt like I was doing too much. Now it's like the grass is green. And if you don't understand that the grass is green, that's it. I'm not gonna explain how it's green. If you want me to elaborate and you ask follow up questions, yeah, I'd be more than happy to and understand, but I'm not over explaining without being asked. The grass is green. That's it. Also the version of me that stays where I wasn't valued, I'm also not doing that. If you don't value me, let me walk. Let me run actually. Out of there. Up out of there. Cut. Bye. Cut. I'm not tolerating any of that. And I make it very clear from the next person I date and be with for a long term. I'ma value you. Trust me, I'ma value you. I'ma learn your favorite things. I'ma do everything I can possibly do for you, but you better value me as well. We better be equally doing the same thing. Cause I'm not staying nowhere I'm not valued. Even if you talk to me a way when I don't feel like I need to be talked to that way, I'm gonna say, hey, why are you talking to me like that? I am gonna ask you. And if you still gonna have that, nah. What Usher say? Peace up, A-Town, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm not staying where I'm not valued. I'm too grown now. About to be 33 this year. I'm not doing it. The version also that I'm leaving in 2025 is ignoring red flags, like I said. I've been ignoring red flags, especially for comfort. Just because I'm comfortable with you, I'm ignoring red flags. No, you can bounce, you can go, you can get cut off, we cannot talk again. And respectfully, I hope and pray that you succeed in life still. I never want nobody to think that if I don't talk to them anymore or I don't mess with them or we're not friends or whatever the case may be, that I don't want you to succeed in life. No, I don't hate anybody. I want everybody to be great. And maybe I just wasn't meant to be a person in your life. And I'm sorry that maybe that may have happened or vice versa. Maybe you just wasn't meant to be in my life. Whatever the case may be. We just wasn't meant to align. And I can't keep ignoring red flags, especially because I'm comfortable with someone or something. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me no more. And I used to do that quite a bit because of my comfortability. And also the version that don't excuse me, the version of that, sorry, I cannot talk. How you know it's been a long time since I podcast? That's crazy. Also, what I'm leaving behind in 2025 is a version of me that puts myself last. I'm not last, honey. I'm sorry. Not even close. I'm putting myself first. And not even on those like selfish stuff. But I do very much sometimes give. I'm a giver. I like to give. I actually learned that about myself this past Christmas season. that I love to give. I like to see a person happy. I like to see somebody open up something I bought them or wherever the case may be and be excited, or if I could like set something up for them and just I love that. I think that's one of my love languages, giving. And I never thought giving would be my love language, but I think growing now, and I think even with being a mother, I just like the excitement people get from the thought I put into what I, put into whatever the case may be. It can be a thought of like getting your favorite meal. It could be the thought of giving you your favorite gift. It could be the thought of writing you out a handwritten card because, it's just, I take things very serious and I can't put myself last anymore when it comes to that. So if I don't see that being reciprocated, it would just be me putting myself last again because I feel like I put people first and I feel like I should be put a priority as well for someone. So yeah, that's the main versions of me that I'm leaving in 2025. What I'm carrying into this new year, 2026, I cannot believe I'm trying to hurry up with this podcast. I didn't want this to be a long one, but I'm doing peace over proven. Okay. Peace over proven. We're doing soft confidence because that's all we got. Better boundaries, faith in God's timing. Okay. Choosing myself with no guilt. I used to be guilty about choosing me. Oh, how dare I choose me? What? Please don't ask me in this season. Enjoy in the little things. I take pride in the little things. Somebody could do the smallest little thing that just like can touch my little heart. And I find joy in those things and I'm grateful for the little small things. I take nothing for granted. I'm very humble. So yes, we're carrying that on to the New Year's. And we're redefining New Year. So New Year doesn't mean rushing or pressure. Okay. So I'm going to handle things as they come. I'm not going to pressure myself. I'm going to make sure I'm very organized and structured. Have structure, excuse me, and just take things a day at a time and don't try to rush things because I feel like when I rush things, I don't get it done. Um, Letting life feel lighter. Life has been feeling lighter for me, especially since I gave my life to Christ. And I'm still, learning to, get around, you know, and adjusting to my life in this manner. It's very hard because there's a lot of worldly things still around me that I still can be affected by, but I always get on my knees and pray about it. And, I try hard to stand on my beliefs. And like I said, I'm back in my Bible. Well, I won't say I was off my Bible ever. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I'm back in my Bible like I got off of it. I want to say I'm actually more dedicated to studying my Bible more. Um, Besides just reading scripture, actually studying my Bible. So yes, that is definitely a thing, letting myself just feel lighter and allowing space for growth and reset. Just allowing myself to grow naturally as a woman. I feel like I'm becoming such a beautiful woman and I know there's so much greater things to come and I know love is still somewhere for me and I feel that in my horizon and I feel like I'm getting closer to my ultimate goal in life and I know there's still things I want to accomplish and do and in my personal life that of course I won't go too in detail on my podcast about because that's personal for me. But yeah, just allowing growth and I'm very excited for this year 33 and my 30s I've been thriving. I feel like I'm the best person I've ever been in my life, and I'm just so proud of myself for that. Um, Pretty intentions for the New Year's. Like I said, this is just a few like intentions instead of resolutions. So what I'm intentionally trying to do, protect my peace, speak kindly to myself, speak kindly to myself, speak kindly to myself. I had to repeat that again. Showing up constantly, not perfectly, you know, creating a life that feels good, not just looks good. I want to actually be living what I'm showing y'all. I don't want to show y'all one thing and then I'm sitting here living a different life. I'm not that type of girl. If I'm posting positive content, I am living its life. And I promise y'all I'm living its life. I'm not faking this whole Christ run. I'm not trying to be a godly girl just to play God. No, this is my life. I dedicate my time. Oh, I'm trying not to cry. Jesus. I dedicate my time. I dedicate my heart. I give my life to Christ. Jesus have saved my life and I have gave him that and I am very serious about it. I speak about it with everyone that knows me. You cannot tell me anyone that's in my current life that speaks to me that has not heard me talk about how much I love Jesus and how much I am very on a strict timing with him. I don't know how else to say it, but I am very much about what I put on the internet and what you see in my social media pages and what you hear on this podcast. I live this life in real life. I'm not one of those people. So showing up constantly, like I said, creating a life that feels good and not just looks good, like I was telling you. Being present and especially in motherhood and love. I want to keep growing as a mother. I'm not perfect, of course. But I want to make sure my son is getting everything he possibly can, and that's not just materialistic and just making sure he experience and even for the future have him set up just in case when I'm not here where he doesn't have to worry. So I'm just creating that motherhood and that love and letting him know that he is very loved and yeah, all of that good stuff. I just want to give some encouragement as well for everyone that's listening, and then I'm going to end it. Um, you survived 2025 for a reason. You're free for a reason. You're able to wake up and live another day for a reason. A lot of people did not make it to 2026. A lot of people did not make it to 2026. Okay? So please don't take that lightly. Don't take it for granted. You are meant to be here. You have a purpose on this earth. I don't know your purpose. That's something for you to find out and just keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. You don't need to have everything to figure it out. I don't have everything to figure it out. I'm still figuring it out. Um, it's gonna take time for you to actually figure it out. Nobody has everything. So just don't feel like you need every little thing. You can figure it out. You're allowed to start slow. You don't have to be fast. Don't have nobody rushing you. You're not on a time limit. If you feel like you need to set a deadline, start setting deadlines. If you have a goal, start writing it down. Start put on a board. I don't know. Everybody looks at things different, but you're allowed to start slow. You don't have to think you can do everything fast. It doesn't happen overnight. Allow, you're allowed to change your mind. If you feel like something's not working out for you, it's okay to switch it up. Like, hey, I said I wanted to do one podcast a week. Now I want to do two. And that's just for my own personal. No, you don't gotta explain that to nobody. I'm allowed to change my mind at any time. I can say tomorrow I want to do a cooking show. That sounds funny though. But you know what I mean? You're allowed to change your mind. And this year also, can we be soft and successful? Let's not, and I'm talking to my woman, can we be soft and successful? Let's just be cool, calm, collective, laid back in our feminine in our feminine era and be successful and strong women. And for my men, keep pushing, stay motivated, stay productive, keep doing what you need to do. Don't let anyone think you're not allowed to express your emotions because you are also a human. You can express yourself as well as a man. And I hate how people pin that as being soft or whatever the case may be. It is not. So you are allowed to feel. You are allowed to say how you feel. Don't forget that. So my closing thoughts really quickly, guys. Just, I don't have anything to cheers with. I don't really drink like that. So I have my cranberry juice. So here's a pretty New Year's cheers. One filled with peace, growth, grace, and becoming the version of ourselves we've been praying for. I thank you guys so much for listening. Please reflect on what you just we're listening to. And if you have anything that you took from this, I definitely greatly appreciate it. I know this is a lengthy one. Let's set some pretty intentions, and not any pressure. And please tune in for this beautiful journey of me starting over again, being consistent all over again. But it's okay, guys. It's okay to do this. We just gotta kind of like stop ourselves and be like, get it together, honey. But I love you guys so much and I appreciate it. Like I said, every view, it don't matter what you're viewing for. Be nosy, to hate, to love, to be motivated, to just, I don't know, to be positive, uplifted. I appreciate every listen. Like for real. It means a lot to me. I'm a small channel still. I'm a small podcast and it means so much to me because I do take time to edit it and I do all this stuff and upload it and I network it and I need to network it more, but I do take time out my day to do this with all the 11 things I gotta do. But I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. Remember, if they say love don't make the world go round, they're lying to you. God bless you. Bye.